Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and this is Pointless, the quiz show where the lowest scorers are the biggest winners. Let's meet today's players. So, welcome back, James and Tom. You were on the show last time. Everyone gets 2 chances to reach the Pointless final. Remind us how you did last time.
We managed to get to the head-to-head stage. Unfortunately, we got knocked out there, but we're hoping to do one better.
What was it that really saw you out in the last...
It was the golf question.
It's golf?
Yeah, we're both golfers as well.
Oh, dear. Anyway, better luck today, maybe all the way through to the final this afternoon. And welcome to Hibba and Carl. How do you two know each other?
We met about 2 years ago through a mutual friend, and we've been moving into a flat in Contestants now. We've been there for 2 months down in Devon.
Carl, what do you do?
I work at a retail store as a manager.
Very good. And Hibba, how about you?
I'm a student from Devon. Well, I've just finished my A-levels.
Well, very best of luck to you this afternoon. Val and Peter, how do you two know each other? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Peter is my youngest son Edward's best friend.
So,
Don't
all right,
ask.
sorry. I see what you're saying. It is my youngest son. Right, Edward's best friend.
Yeah.
So you've selected him because, what, his field of knowledge complements yours?
I applied to Pointless. Peter applied to Pointless, both wanting to compete with Ed. And Ed said, I can't choose between my mum and my best friend. So he said, you do it together. So here we are.
Fantastic. Well, that's brilliant. Let's hope that's a winning formula. Very best of luck to you this afternoon. And finally, we welcome back Mike and Steve. It's your second time on the show. Remind us how you did last time.
Not very good, to be honest.
What did for you last time?
It was a question about celebrities. I'm not reading the celebrity magazine, so I think that's let me down, but I'm hoping I've got a nice bright shirt on today, and we're going to win it today.
Bright shirt will win. Steve, what would you like to see come up this afternoon?
Something on heavy metal music or something.
Heavy metal music. I'm sure you're going to do well. Very best of luck to the pair of you. We'll find out more about all of you throughout the show. There's just one more person to introduce. He's the man behind all the facts and figures. He's my pointless friend. He's Richard. Hello. So, Richard, what's this afternoon's show looking like to you?
There's not a huge amount of heavy metal, I've got to tell you. Quite often we have some quite easy questions about TV shows and stuff like that, and all the contestants can relax. I've got to say the first 2 questions today are difficult. We've got some good returning contestants. Obviously, we've had James and Tom in the head-to-head, so they're expecting to do well. And Mike and Steve, I don't think we saw the best of you. In fact, we saw very little of you in the last game. I think they're a fairly good team, so our new pairs might have their work cut out, I think.
OK. Well, thanks very much, Richard. Now, we put all our questions to 100 people before the show, but this is pointless, so we are after the obscure answers that they didn't get. To stay in the game with a chance to win our jackpot, all our players need to do is score as few points as they possibly can. But what everyone's trying to do, of course, is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people knew. And every time that happens, if it happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Nobody won the jackpot last time. We add another £1,000 to that, so today's jackpot starts off at £3,250. OK, let's play Pointless. So, in the first round, each of you must give me one answer, and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever team has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated. Right, our first category this afternoon is back to school. I see what you're talking about, Richard. You're going to have to know stuff for this. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second?
Do you want to go first? Yeah.
And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many items found in a school science lab. Richard.
Listen carefully. The correct answers in this round are all items you might find in a school science lab. It's items you might find in a school science lab.
Right, hope that's cleared that up for you. Right, James and Tom, you all drew lots before the show, and today you get to go first. So in this round, we're going to give you a choice of 7 possible answers on the board in each pass. The first set of 7 answers reads like this. Oscilloscope, microscope, Wyatt flask, Bunsen burner, clay triangle, beaker, fractionating column. Let me read those again. Oscilloscope, microscope, Wyatt flask, Bunsen burner, clay triangle, beaker, fractionating column. Now, I can tell you that there is at least one pointless answer amongst those 7, but do be careful because there is also at least one incorrect answer among the 7. Pick one of those and you will score the maximum of 100 points. James, did you do science at school?
I did.
Did you pay attention in the lab?
I did. I did chemistry, not too well. Got a C in it at A-level, unfortunately.
We did at A-level.
Yeah, but I think I might know.
That's 5 years in a laboratory.
Very true. So I should be okay.
How many of those things sound familiar?
I'd say at least 5 of them.
Well, that's a promising start.
I'm going to go for a fractionating column.
Is that a punt? Or do you
No, I know what it is. And we have got R score. I'm just hoping that...
Fractionating column. What did you do with a fractionating column?
You like boil liquids to a certain temperature.
And get
then when
different
they
things
condense,
off them.
Yeah.
I remember, that's right. OK. Cracking, catalytic cracking.
That's it.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
God.
You do well on this one.
Yeah, really good. Fractionated column, there it is, at the bottom, there. Right, let's see if it is correct. And if it is, let's see how many people remembered fractionating column. It's correct. It's a good answer, James. Look at that! Well done. Fantastic answer. That's a pointless answer, and it adds £250 to today's jackpot, taking the total up to £3,500. And it scores you nothing. Fractionating column, Richard.
Yes, a fractionating column. It's, fortunately for me, it does exactly what you explained that it did. So I don't have to go through it.
Carl, a scientist?
Not quite, no.
But nearly.
I wouldn't say nearly either, no.
OK, not at all.
Not at all, probably.
OK, here's fun. There are 6 things there. Do you remember any of those?
The one that I'm leaning towards is Wyatt Flask. If I remember rightly, it's got like a big bubble at the bottom with a tube coming up off it.
That sounds like a flask.
Yeah.
Maybe a Wyatt flask. There might easily be another pointless answer in there. There might easily be. What we do know is there is most certainly an incorrect answer in there. Let's hope Wyatt Flask isn't that, or it'll score you 100 points. Let's see if Wyatt Flask is right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Wyatt Flask. Oh, no, Carl! Oh, unfortunately, that's an incorrect answer. That scores you 100 points. Richard, Wyatt Flask. Why is that wrong?
Yeah, I'm afraid Wyatt is actually one of the characters in Weird Science. Wyatt, which is, of course, a film made before Carl was born, I suspect.
Bad luck, Carl. Good reasoning, just a bad answer, I'm afraid. Now, Peter, what's happened there, you can see a pointless answer and an incorrect answer have gone from the board. A little bit of mind-sweeping, maybe, has been going on. There could easily be another pointless answer on there. There could easily be another incorrect answer, of course.
Thankfully, I'm not a scientist.
Thankfully?
Now, thankfully, I'm not a scientist.
Oh, I see.
So I can just pick one that I'm pretty sure of that will be there, but score-wise, I don't know. I'm just going to say a beaker.
Peter, I'm ashamed to say that for the first time I've just picked up, call me Henry Higgins, but you're Australian.
I am Australian.
So tell me your life story, Peter. But you learnt your science presumably back in Australia.
Yeah, which was 2 sticks and a rub together to make fire.
So beaker to you, beaker to you must be the most obscure thing in the world. You're hoping that over here it's similarly mysterious. Only one way to find out. Let's see if beaker is a correct answer, and if it is, let's see how many people said beaker. Well, it is correct. Nine. That's really not a bad answer at all, Peter. Well done. 9 points for beaker. I thought beaker would be quite high ranking there.
What can I tell you? It's certainly easier to describe what it does than a fractionating column. It's a cylindrical container. A beaker. Beaker.
Thank you very much, Richard. Well done, Peter. Very good score. OK, so Mike.
I never missed a science lesson because I used to fancy my science teacher. She was really good looking and a bit like Liz from Coronation Street, if I remember correctly.
Wow.
Yeah.
She
Classy. Classy lady.
Did you have eyes for other things in the laboratory, or was it just the...
Just pretty much her, to be honest. But I think she had eyes for footballers. She used to go out with footballers. I stood no chance.
There are footballers going out with science teachers in this country. Someone better tell the news.
Tell the news. Mike, you can talk us through everything on this board. You're the last person to have it, so help yourself.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to go for is just something nice and easy that's definitely going to be up there.
You okay? Or you could go obscure, like in Pointless.
I'll tell you what then, I will go for oscilloscope.
Did Miss Unnamed have an oscilloscope?
I don't know, but I'd like to see it if she did.
OK, oscilloscope. I'd have liked to have seen that as well. Let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. Oscilloscope. It's right. Look at that! Brilliant answer. Oscilloscope. Well done, Mike. That scores you 1. An oscilloscope, Richard.
An oscilloscope, it measures oscillation.
All right.
An oscilloscope. Let's take a look at the rest of the board. Microscope would have got you 22 points. That's surprisingly low, I think. Bunsen burner is obviously there. That was the highest scoring of all on 86. Everyone remembers a Bunsen burner. Now, clay triangle, I'll tell you, it's either pointless or an incorrect answer. What do you think?
I think it's pointless.
It is pointless. It's that little tripod that you would put things on to heat them up. But it was a pointless answer, so very well done if you got that at home.
OK, let's take a look at the scores. We're halfway through the round. Well, what a wide-ranging field it is. We have Hibber and Carl, through no fault of their own. Carl trying his hardest to score as low as possible. Hibber, he was being very brave there.
That's not what I'm being told.
I haven't said anything.
He was being very, very brave. He just happened to be wrong. And he scored 100 points. So, Hibber, pressure on you. You've got to find a pointless answer on the next pass. The other scores all looking fantastic. James and Tom, wonderful first answer there from James. Tom, keep that up. You're definitely through to the next round. Mike and Steve, great answer from Mike. Val and Peter, 9. All these wonderful low scores. Hibber, you've got a job to do. You know what it is. Right, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 7 more answers on the board, and we are looking for items found in a school science lab. Here they are: sonic transducer, litmus paper, pneumatic trough, Petri dish, Brownian column, test tube, gauze. Let's quickly run through those again. Sonic transducer, litmus paper, pneumatic trough, Petri dish, Brownian column, test tube, gauze. And again, I can tell you that there is at least one pointless answer in there, and there is at least one incorrect answer. Pick that, and you will score the maximum of 100 points. So try and avoid those. Right, Steve, I think you're going to be really good on this.
Oh, great.
I think James came out first of the last lot, scored a pointless. I think you're going to do the same.
Right, I'll give it my best shot.
You're on one. You want to score 98 or less to avoid becoming the high scorers.
I'm actually going to go for Petri dish.
You're going to go for Petri dish. There it is, right in the middle. Petri dish. Let's see if that is correct. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. There's your red line. Nice, high red line. Petri dish. You've done it. '21. Petri dish scores you 21, giving you a total of 22. Richard, Petri dish.
Yes, a shallow, transparent dish used to grow microorganisms. Named after Mr. Petri, before you ask.
OK, right.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Val, you are on 9. You have to score 90 or less with this answer. How good is your science laboratory equipment?
50 years since I left school and I never did science.
Get out of here. You left school aged 5?
No, thank you, Alexander, but no. It's a long time since I was at school.
How's that board looking to you?
It's looking really bad to me because I'm going to have to go for something really obvious.
Well, 90 is your target. Everything's been scoring very low with the exception of the incorrect answers.
I'll go with litmus paper.
Litmus paper. Do you remember litmus paper?
Just about.
What did it do, litmus paper?
Well, it's acid. It's checking on acids and alkalis, I think.
Do you remember what colour it went?
I think red's acid and blue is...
You are good.
No, I'm not.
You are good. Red is acid. I think that's right. Yeah,
Is it?
I think so. Red for acid, I seem to remember. I'm about to be proven wrong, of course. There's your red line. Come below that, you are through to the next round. OK, litmus paper. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. It's good. Very good answer, Val. That scores you 8, takes your total up to 17. Richard, were we right? Was Val right on that, on the red for acid?
Val was exactly right, yeah. Red for acid, blue for alkaline. Very good, and a very, very good answer as well. But surprisingly low scoring, isn't it? Litmus paper.
Yeah.
That's virtually all I do remember from science lessons.
Good score, Val. Hibba, right.
Yep.
You have a mountain to climb here.
Yeah,
You have a big, big mountain to climb.
I do.
And you have to hope that you have to score a pointless answer and Tom has to score an incorrect answer, and then there'll be a tie break.
Yeah.
Is it going to happen?
It might happen. I mean...
Do you do science? Did you do... You've just left, haven't you? You've just done your
I
A-levels.
didn't do it for A-level, but my mum is a science teacher.
Oh, Hibba, come on. If you don't get a
Should've gone
pointless
first.
answer, if you don't get a pointless answer, what would your mum do?
I don't know.
I just have to ask, is your mum hot?
I'm not at liberty to answer that.
OK.
Anyway, off the subject of my mum, I'm going to go... I have to take a risk to get a pointless. So I'm
You have to.
Going to go for Brownian column. Don't know what it does. Don't know if it's real. If it's not, I might cry.
If it's not, I'm afraid we will be saying goodbye to you.
Yep.
If it is pointless, and Tom knows nothing about science and things found in labs, we're looking good. OK, you have no red line, I'm afraid, because you are the high scorers by a margin. You are saying Brownian column. Let's see if that's correct. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. Brownian column. Oh, no! Ow! Hibba! Look what you've done. That is an incorrect answer, I'm afraid. That scores you the maximum of 100 points. Means you go out with a massive score of 200, which is quite impressive in its own right. But sadly, it is an incorrect answer. Richard, a Brownian column.
Yeah, sorry, Hibba, but you did what you had to do, which is take a risk and try and get a pointless answer. We just made it up. It is nothing. There's Brownian motion.
Sounded real.
Well, yeah, quite. Thank you.
Yeah, well done. But no, you've both done the right thing. You've both gambled and lost. Kids, don't gamble. Tom.
I was never very good at science, if I'm honest. I can only recognise 2 on the
Can I
board.
tell you something brilliant, though? Whatever you say, you are through to the next round. Whatever you say, James scored a pointless, score a pointless. Come on, the field has been cleared. Maybe Brownian column was the only incorrect answer. You've got to find something really obscure here.
250 on.
Yeah, you've got to.
Surprise.
Exactly.
I'm going to go for a sonic transducer.
What a brilliant thing to have in a laboratory. It's either going to be pointless or it's going to be from Back to the Future, isn't it? OK, let's see if it's a correct answer. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. Sonic transducer. Good luck, Tom. No! It sounded just altogether too sexy to be something in a laboratory, didn't it? Sonic transducer. You've scored 100 points, I'm afraid. It's an incorrect answer. Richard.
Yeah, it's from the Rocky Horror Picture Show, the sonic transducer, not from a science lab. Let's take a look at the rest of them. Test tube obviously scored very, very highly, would have got you 68 points. And out of those other 2, one of those is pointless. What do you think it is?
It's going to be is it the pneumatic trough?
Well, Gauze would have scored you 2. And yeah, the pneumatic trough.
See,
Very well
pneumatic, all sounding great, and then trough.
It would be a great name for a band, Pneumatic Trough.
Oh, wouldn't
I
it?
think. But yeah, it was a pointless answer, so very well done if you said that at home. They use it for collecting gases and for measuring gases.
Pneumatic trough.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of round 1, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm afraid it's Hibba and Carl. I tell you the good news, you each scored 100 points.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can't squabble about it. No one let the other one down.
Oh, we'll see.
Do you know what? You did really well. You were both very brave. You've got bravery normally pays in this game. Just this time it hasn't. Next time, because of course there will be a next time, everyone gets 2 shots at pointless. What are you hoping will come up?
Something I know about.
OK, maybe something one of your parents doesn't teach.
Yeah, that was...
Carl, so what have you learnt on your brief time on pointless?
Not to gamble.
Not to gamble. No, you should.
Let
No,
me
don't
go
take that.
first.
To let Hibba go first. There you are. That's in life, Carl, not just on the game. Remember that. Thanks very much for playing. You've been fantastic. Cheers, guys. Cheers. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Well, it's now time to find out which two teams will be going through to the head-to-head for the chance to reach the pointless final. The category for round 2 is English literature. English literature. Can you decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second?
You go first.
And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. And the question is Shakespeare quotes and their play. So in this round, we're going to show you some Shakespeare quotations. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to tell us the play in which they appeared. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 6 Shakespearean quotes. The more obscure ones will score you the fewest points. If you give us an incorrect answer, it'll score 100 points. And see if you can get all 6 of them at home.
OK, your first 6 quotes are: once more unto the breach, to be or not to be, more sinned against than sinning, friends, Romans, countrymen, if music be the food of love, play on, is this a dagger which I see before me? OK, we are looking for the plays from which these quotes have come. James, you're not looking
No, I'm not
really
feeling good
confident.
about this.
OK.
Not a massive Shakespeare fan, it has to be said. I think I'm going to go for is this a dagger which I see before me?
OK.
And I'm hoping that's from Macbeth.
Excellent. He's watching for stage weights, kind of flying down. No. The Scottish play. Is this a dagger which I see before me? Let's see if that's correct. Macbeth, you're saying. Let's see if it's correct. And if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. Macbeth. It is correct. That scores you 14. 14, very low score for Macbeth there, Richard.
I know, I suspect there may be some low scores in this round, I think.
Yes.
But yes, it's a good answer. It's from Macbeth, said by Macbeth himself. And the answer is no, it wasn't a dagger. It was a hallucination.
Yeah.
It didn't stop him, though, did it?
No, didn't stop him.
I don't want to give away the ending of Macbeth.
OK, good answer, nice low score. Peter, now you know your Shakespeare quotes. Yes, you do, you do.
I did watch Shakespeare in Love. That's...
OK.
I could not have got a worse category.
OK, really? You're not a massive Shakespeare fan?
No.
OK.
I'm sure he did good.
Oh, he did? He did good, Peter.
I'm just going to go for the once more unto the breach, which is the top one, and Hamlet.
OK. Once more into the breach, you're saying Hamlet. Let's see if that's correct. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. Hamlet. Unfortunately, that is an incorrect answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points. Richard, are you going to say anything other than that's an incorrect answer, but I'm not going to say what it's from?
Yes, just in case Mike and Steve want to have a go.
OK.
But I'll reveal all at the end of this round.
OK. Right, Steve. Now then, we are looking for the plays from which these Shakespeare quotes come. I have a feeling, it's not heavy metal, but I have a feeling you're going to know a few of these.
Yeah, I think I'm only going first because I read a book once and Michael hasn't, but it's becoming a bit blurry, actually. I think I'm going to go for to be or not to be, and I think that is from Hamlet.
You think that is from Hamlet, to be or not to be? Let's find out if it is. And if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer, to be or not to be, from Hamlet. Right. .40, that scores you. So 40, Hamlet.
I know, yeah, spoken by Hamlet himself. I would have thought that was probably the most famous Shakespearean quote, yet still only 40 of our 100 people knew it was from Hamlet. Let's take a look at the other ones. Well, let's start with Once More Unto the Breach. It's actually from Henry V. It's his rallying cry to get everyone to fight the French. OK, if friends, Romans, countrymen, Xander, what's that from?
Julius Caesar.
It is indeed, said by Mark Antony. We discovered last time that Mark Antony is married to Jennifer Lopez, didn't we?
That's right, yeah.
But it's a different Mark Antony. Would have scored you 23 points, that. If music be the food of love, play on.
Well, funnily enough, I think both of the remaining quotes are from Twelfth Night.
Oh, you're half right and half wrong. In that one of them is.
Oh, I thought that was Malvolio, more sinned against than sinning. Oh, no, it's King Lear. It's King Lear, sorry. Yep.
That's exactly right. Well, if music be the food of love, play on, said by Orsino in Twelfth Night, would have scored you 4 points. And more sinned against than sinning is a pointless answer. It was King Lear, so very, very well done if you got that at home.
OK, well, thank you very much. We are halfway through the round. Let's take a look at the scores. Well, Val and Peter, way out in front, I'm afraid, on 100. Val, you know what you've got to do this next pass. Got to find a pointless answer. Confident?
No.
Yes, you are. James and Tom, very good answer from you, James. Tom, keep that up. You're definitely through to the head-to-head. Mike and Steve, 40. Could go either way, Mike. It's all in your hands. Right, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more quotations up on the board, and here they are. We have got... All that glisters is not gold. 2 households, both alike in dignity. Eye of newt and toe of frog. Such stuff as dreams are made on. All the world's a stage, and my kingdom for a horse. And remember, we are looking for the plays that these quotes come from. And you're trying to find the one that the fewest of our 100 people knew. Now then, Mike, you're in a bright shirt. Is that going to be enough?
I've got a bright shirt, but I'm not a very bright lad, unfortunately.
Come now, come now.
He's right in what he says. I only read a book when my television's broke, and I've got 4 of them in my house, to be honest, so very rare I read a book.
OK, well, you're on 40. Your target is 59. If you can score 59 or less, you're through to the head-to-head.
And this is my rationale behind this. Is My Kingdom for a Horse, I think, was on a beer advert in the 80s or 90s or something, right? And I think that is from, and I might be wrong, and I probably am, but I'll give it a punt anyway, is it Othello?
OK, there's your red line. Below that red line, you're through to the next round. Above that red line, we may be saying goodbye to you at the end of this round. OK, let's see if My Kingdom for a Horse is indeed from Othello, and the beer was right. Only one way to find out. Let's see how many people said it. The beer lied. Or perhaps you just
That's what it does to you.
misremembered. Unfortunately, that is a wrong answer, so you score the maximum of 100 points, taking your total up to 140. Richard?
You see, a lot of Shakespearean scholars do say the best place to learn about Shakespeare is from beer adverts. They have said it, and I think, you know what, I have long disagreed, and I think here's evidence.
Yeah.
Again, I won't tell you what play it is from, just in case either of the other pairs want to choose that quote.
OK, now, Val, you were the high scorers. You're no longer the high scorers. This is good news for you and Peter. Mike and Steve now on 140. You want to score 39 or less with your answer. What's that board looking like to you, Val?
All right, I've a couple. It's just whether I'm going to get a low score or a high one. I'm going to go with All That Glisters Is Not Gold. I think that's from The Merchant of Venice.
Very good answer. OK, Merchant of Venice, All That Glisters Is Not Gold. There's your red line. Below that red line, Val, through to the head-to-head. All that glisters is not gold. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. It's right, Val. It sees you through. Very, very good answer. 6 people said that, taking your total up to 106. Richard?
Yes, a really good answer, said by the Prince of Morocco in that play.
Very good answer, Val. And that has put the writing on the wall, I'm afraid, for Mike and Steve. Because even if Tom and James, even if Tom scores 100 points, he won't overtake your high score. So, Tom, bearing that in mind, the world is your oyster.
Right, well, I studied Shakespeare throughout school and did Hamlet at A-level for English literature. I think I'm going to have to go for 2 households, both alike in dignity. Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet, very good answer there. 2 households, both alike in dignity. Let's see what it scores. If it's right, and maybe it'll be a pointless answer. Let's see how many people said it. Well, it's right. (22), taking your total up to 36. Richard?
Yeah, very well played. It's the opening lines of the prologue. It's just the same sonnet that introduced the star-crossed lovers into the English language. So very good answer. Let's take a look at the other ones. Eye of newt, toe of frog.
Macbeth.
Our old friend Macbeth, yeah, that would have scored you 30 points. All the world's a stage.
See, that's the only... Oh, it's As You Like It, isn't it? It is As You Like It.
It is As You Like It. That would have scored you 1 point. It's a really, really good answer. My Kingdom for a Horse, let's clear that up.
Richard III.
It is Richard III, I'm afraid, not Othello.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Such stuff as dreams are made on is a pointless answer. Do you know what that's from?
And our little lives are rounded with a sleep. Tempest.
It is Prospero in The Tempest.
That was indulgent, wasn't it?
And it was misquoted as the stuff that dreams are made of in The Maltese Falcon by Humphrey Bogart. He suggested using the quote from The Tempest to the director, but got it wrong, got the quote wrong.
And now that's what everyone said.
Yeah.
Cheers, Bogey. Thanks. And thanks, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score, it's Mike and Steve. Guys, I'm so sorry.
I'm not a Shakespeare kind of guy, as you've guessed.
Guys, you've been fantastic. Great to have you on the show. I'm afraid this is your second time, so this time it really is. It is goodbye, but you've been fantastic, contestants. Thanks so much for playing.
Cheers.
But for the remaining 2 pairs, things are about to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. Well, we've already said goodbye to 2 teams. Now it's time to find out which of our remaining pairs will be playing for today's jackpot, which currently stands at £3,500. Very good. You're now going to go head-to-head on up to 3 questions, and you are now allowed to confer with your partner. All you have to do is come up with an answer that scores less than the other pair to win that question. The first pair to win 2 points will be going through to our jackpot final. OK, let's play Pointless. Right, here's your first question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many African countries beginning with M as they could. African countries beginning with M. Richard.
Yeah, we're simply looking for any country in Africa whose name begins with an M. By country, as always, we mean a sovereign state that is a member of the UN.
OK, Val and Peter, because you've played best throughout the show so far, you get to go first. We're looking for African countries beginning with M. OK, Val and Peter, you got an answer.
We've used Val's wise brain and come up with Mauritania.
Mauritania. OK, very good. Good answer. James and Tom.
We've got a few to choose between. Go on, what?
We have Mozambique, Mali, Malawi.
And Madagascar at the moment.
I think we've got to go Madagascar, haven't we?
Madagascar?
Yeah.
OK, yeah. We'll go for Madagascar then.
Madagascar. OK, so we have Mauritania and Madagascar. Let's take them in the order they've been given. Val and Peter said Mauritania. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Mauritania. It is correct. Good answer. Look at that. 11, that scores. James and Tom, you've said Madagascar. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said that. It's correct. '27. So, after the first question, it is 1-0 to Val and Peter. Richard.
Yeah, Mauritania is a really good answer, but there was actually one answer that could have beaten it. So well done at home if you said Mauritius, which was the lowest answer of all, would have scored you 9 points. There's Mauritania, 11. We've heard most of these. Madagascar, 27. Mali, 28. Morocco, 32. Then right at the top, Malawi with 42 and Mozambique with 52. Very well done if you got all 7 of them.
OK, thanks very much, Richard. After the first question, then 1-0 to Val and Peter. James and Tom, you have to win this next point to stay in the game. You've been in the head-to-head twice now. You've got to make it to the final, surely.
Hope so.
Well, you'll only be there if you win this next point. Here is your second question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many most-capped England goalkeepers as they could. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any England goalkeeper who's won 50 caps or more, up to and including the 2010 World Cup. There are 5 names on the list.
OK, James and Tom, you get to go first this time.
Yeah. I think we're going to go for Peter Shilton.
Peter Shilton. OK, Peter Shilton, they've said. Val and Peter.
It's a jolly good answer, that. I don't know. We'll try Gordon Banks.
Gordon Banks. OK, James and Tom, You've got to hope Peter Shilton wins this for you to stay in the game. OK, Peter Shilton, you said. Let's see how many people said Peter Shilton. Well, it is right. 40. 40. How are you feeling about that?
I don't know, we thought of Gordon Banks. We had 4 out of the 5.
David James and David Seaman as well. But Gordon Banks made that save off Pele, so hopefully he's famous for that. But we'll have to see.
You have to win this point to stay in the game. Val and Peter, if you win this point, you are through to the final and a chance to win that £3,500. Gordon Banks. Let's see how many people said that. Well, it is correct. Oh, yeah. Gordon Banks. By a nose, look at that. 37 to 40. So, yes, after just 2 questions, Val and Peter are through to the final. Richard?
Yeah, there were a couple of answers that would have beaten Gordon Banks. If you'd said David James, you would have just scored the points. But the best answer of all was Ray Clements, who would have scored you 14 points. There's David James on 28 and very tight at the top. Gordon Banks, 37, David Seaman on 38, and the most capped England player of all time, Peter Shilton, with the most points on 40.
OK, thank you, Richard. So the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head for the second time. You had all those African countries, pretty much. You scored a pointless answer earlier in the show. Sorry, we have to say goodbye to you. James and Tom, thanks so much for playing Pointless.
Thank you.
But for Val and Peter, it's time for our Pointless final and the chance to win £3,500. So congratulations, Val and Peter. You fought off all the competition. You have won our coveted Pointless trophy. But now you have the chance to win our Pointless jackpot. At the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £3,500. Now, the rules are very simple. To win the money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that no one else could think of. We've had one pointless answer on the show today. All you need to go home with that money is to find one more pointless answer. Firstly, you've got to choose a category from these 3 options, and you can go for American football, childhood pastimes, UK politics. American football, childhood pastimes, UK politics.
What do you think? Do you want to go for American football?
No.
Are you sure, Brent?
What would you like?
Wow.
Childhood pastime?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
You
Do
decide.
you want to go for politics?
Yeah, go on.
All right, then.
We'll go for UK politics.
UK politics, OK. Peter, how good are you on UK politics?
Yeah. I'm playing to Val's strengths.
Very good. No, well done. It's important, though, particularly in this round, actually. Very important. And your UK politics is pretty good, is it?
No, they're not. But of the 3, it's the one I would have preferred.
Childhood pastime. Yeah, that would have been a risk.
I can't remember my childhood.
Don't believe that. OK, well, let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many prime ministers under 50 as they could. Richard?
Yeah, we're looking for anyone who became Prime Minister of Britain under the age of 50 between 1800 and 2010.
OK, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that £3,500 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. OK, your 60 seconds start now.
William Pitt the Younger.
Yeah.
We'll try William Pitt. I mean, Tony Blair's an obvious one, isn't it?
Go for the old one, they didn't live as long.
And Cameron. I'll go for an out, you know, just a guess.
OK.
The Earl of Bute, I don't know how old he was. Well, I don't know how old he was, so it might be, you know, one of them that
It's a chance we'll take.
Well, we
Yeah,
will. We'll have a crack.
Yeah, we'll have a crack. We're only here
Earl
once.
of Bute, Lord Salisbury. They were all older, weren't they, when they came?
OK, your minute is up. Have you got 3?
Yes,
Sounds like you have.
Thought of 3. It's just whether they were under 50 when they came to, you know, be Prime Minister. The first one we'll go for we'll try Lord Liverpool.
Lord Liverpool.
Try the Earl of Bute.
The Earl of Bute.
And what was the other one I said?
Pitt the Younger, was it?
Try Pitt the Younger.
Pitt the Younger. Which of those do you think is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Earl of Bute.
Earl of Bute.
We'll put him last. Earl of Bute last.
Right.
He just sounds younger than Liverpool, doesn't he?
I don't
Earl
know.
of Bute.
I'm not
Bute.
sure.
Nipper. Liverpool, quite old, getting on a bit,
Yeah.
but maybe under 50 still.
Well, I don't know.
Which is your least confident answer?
I think Lord Liverpool.
OK, so let's put those up on the board in the order you've chosen. Lord Liverpool, Pitt the Younger, and the Earl of Bute. There they are. You only need one of these to be pointless, remember, to win that £3,500. What would you spend £3,500 on?
Well, we're going on holiday in another month or so it would be a big help, that.
That would be nice. Very nice. So, Peter, you were just relying on Val's history here, were you?
I know, I knew Pitt the Younger, so happy days.
Happy days. Maybe he'll win it for you, Peter. OK. This is your first answer. This is the one you had the least faith in. Lord Liverpool, you've said. Are you confident at all, Lord Liverpool?
Not really.
OK, only one way to find out. Let's see if this is a pointless answer. Let's see how many people said Lord Liverpool, and if it is correct. This for £3,500. Oh, it's correct. Lord Liverpool, your first answer, the one you said you had the least faith in, is a correct answer. That just has to go all the way down to 0 for you to win £3,500. He's done it! Well done. Very well done. You brilliant. Fantastic. Well, congratulations. Oh, with your first answer as well, you managed to find that all-important pointless answer, which means you go home with the total of £3,500. Well done, Val. Wasn't that fantastic?
I'm shaking.
Brilliant. So, holiday, here we come.
Holiday, here we come now.
You got it already booked?
Oh, yes, yes.
Where are you going?
We're going to Spain to, it's Majorca where we're going.
Very good. Peter, how about you?
We're in the process of moving house, so no doubt it's already been spent on furniture or something.
Well, what a fantastic win, with your first answer as well. Richard, those other answers.
Well, let's start with Lord Liverpool, or the Earl of Liverpool. He was 42 when he became Prime Minister in 1812, so a really, really good answer, and it's greatly deserved. The Earl of Bute, he was under 50, but he was before 1800. He was too far back, so we wouldn't have counted him.
Right.
And as you say, William Pitt the Younger, I think, because there's a clue in the name, you would have scored quite a lot of points with him.
Who cares about Pitt the Younger? That was fantastic. Well, thanks once again to our winning contestants, Val and Peter, who go away with today's jackpot of £3,500. Join us next time when we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.